Choquet with an E.
Choquet with an E. Gotcha.
Yes. Hi. I just wanted to call to talk about something that men can do about Roe versus Wade. We can get vasectomies. Like that's something that's not really discussed. People just talk about the facts. I mean, this is not saying that Roe versus Wade should not stay as law. Of course it should. But I'm saying that men can, or straight men can make it so that their partners do not need to take birth control, do not need to get abortions. There's like a very simple procedure, and you can even freeze sperm if you still want children. So
it's a good point. To think about. I mean, I appreciate that, Choquet, but part of me is like, I've had like kind of a difficult, actually, like birth control journey myself, and like have had to try a bunch of things because my body was responding badly to certain hormones and things like that, and it's been like annoying and frustrating, and so I almost don't even want to wish that on men, right? Because women already have to deal with this, but at the same time, it's like, yeah.
So I will say that I had a vasectomy. So I'm not just proposing something for other people. And
you don't just talk the talk, you walk the walk. Look at that. All right.
Yeah. From what I experienced, and also from everything that I've read, the side effects for men from vasectomies are not nearly as bad. There's basically no side effects. It's like a 10-day recovery, and that's it. There's no side effects after that.
Yeah.
So I'm about 2.5 weeks out, and I feel completely fine.
And you can reverse it if you'd like. It's just, yeah. I mean, it's. I think that if somebody wants to do that, that's like totally their call.
Is that covered by insurance, or you got to pay? Is that like
it is? Yes, right? I'm actually a student. I'm a student, and I paid $35 for my vasectomy.
Wow.
So I don't have the best insurance by a long shot.
Well, I mean,
I paid $35.
It's interesting too because like. Women have a ton of like hormonal issues with birth control often, and it's just like expected that we have to deal with it, I guess, right? I should say cis women in these instances as well. But it's just like, it's very, for some women it's really easy, but for some women like myself, the IUD can cause some issues. Like, so I guess it's interesting to, I don't know, to think about like men having to like kind of grapple with their bodies changing if they want to avoid having kids. But no one should be having to deal with these extreme, and it's not extreme, but in mass surgical procedures if they want to like have control over not having children or not.
What you mean is it's not the usual path people go down.
Yes. I'm sorry. I'm trying to be respectful, but I mean, more power to you, Choquet. That's pretty awesome that you did that for the reasons that you state, and I appreciate it.
Thank you. Yeah,
and it is reversible. You said it's reversible, because I always thought it is. Or this? Okay, yeah. It's for.
It shouldn't be treated as reversible, but you can still have children either if you freeze sperm ahead of time.
Because you said free sperm, but again, isn't that something that's like, that's what I'm thinking. Like the cost prohibition of people.
It's not more expensive than the pill. It's about it's a few $100s a year, which I think is about as much as the pill costs. And I should also note that they actually developed.
But what about when you go and get
for men?
But what about when you go well, what about when you go ahead and decide you do want kids, and then what's that process? Is that expensive? Like, I'm just trying to think for people, for working people who, again, and this is who the type who plan for these things, who need to do family planning, or those are the same type of people who, things happen and that could be detrimental to their, their life. the process of actually then having kids with that frozen sperm, is that because I always hear that when people have trouble having kids, it could be an expensive process, especially as they get older and older, and it becomes more difficult.
I have to say that I personally did not look into that because I do not want to have kids. So
that's, I think, a different situation, right? Like unfreezing sperm, I think, is not a 100% guarantee. But if anybody's considering it and they want to do it, I appreciate the call, Choquet, because it's interesting when the shoe's on the other foot in terms of like some of these more invasive things that men have to deal with. But appreciate it.
I wanted to also say that like they tried the pill for men, and the reason they didn't put it on the market is because it essentially had the same side effects that the pill for women has.
What, like weight gain and moodiness?
Yeah, and they're like, oh, men can't deal with this. So that's just something to keep in mind. Like whoever approved this stuff thought we could deal with vasectomies, did not think we could deal with the pill. And so that's just something to keep in mind. I do realize I did not look into the cost of actually using the sperm, but a lot of things cost money, and like an unwanted pregnancy also costs money. So it's something to keep in mind, I think, regardless.
All right, well, appreciate it.
Thanks for giving me the time.
Yep, have a good one. Bye.
Wait, is that true about birth control for men? There was a pill for men?
I heard they were researching it. I didn't know that. I don't know if that's accurate,